Well, it's wonderful, Howard, to be establishing with you the Poet's Corner, and I wanted to focus a little bit more on your journey. You read some stunning and mysterious poetry to a creative memoirs class I teach in Los Gatos for the rec department, and it was very moving to me. And heard, I've looked at your videos and looked at how you combine music and visual arts with your poetry. Can you tell me more about your work in general and what inspires you now?
Yeah. Well, now what inspires me is the a lot of the same things that got me started still inspire me, but I've broadened over the years. I've kind of broadened my reading and my influences. So I'm inspired by a lot of the avant-garde movements that have happened since the 60s. And of course, my beginnings was like the beat poets, and then later on, when I got more into poetry, got more into studying poetry, not just writing it. I learned about Arthur Rimbaud, the symbolist and the surrealist, and so those are still very, very dear to my heart. And
when you create a poem, you mentioned that you have kind of a central concept and you almost dream around it. So you don't, you allow the words to come through you rather than, or do you plan them?
A little bit of both. Mostly I allow it, and then what I do is that once the words come to me and I put them down, then I start working with them a little bit. If I see it's going somewhere, I might kind of give it a little nudge here and there. But mostly I let it remain what it is.
Well, it's interesting because hearing more about your process, I just begin to hear words in my mind, and sometimes I'll think that doesn't fit, but if I don't write it down just as it comes, first thought, like kind of in the Kerouacian mode, then the rest doesn't come. So it's like writing those words that I hear, continuing with them, and sometimes as I get farther in it, I can kind of see where it's going. I can adjust it a little bit in process. Yeah, so I would say that both of us, in a post-beat sense, we are hearkening to the idea of letting it guide you, listening to your first thoughts, and then going from there. So it's really, I think that your work is an inspiration to me, and it parallels my own. We have a lot of parallels, and here we've met by chance, but through a good friend, and are continuing the post-beat independent saga here at the Poet's Corner. I'm Lynn Rogers. This is Howard Gipstein. We kind of focused today on a lot of his creative journey, a little bit of my own as well. Welcome back to the Poet's Corner.